That surprised me. You've never seen anybody chase for a tram like I've just done. I got Kevin to drop me off at the tram stop in Cleveland. I said, there's a tram at this whatever time. I said, so if you drop me off, I'll manage to catch it. I think that must have been a late one because he's just driven like he's on Brands Hatch. I'm expecting to go up Talbot Road, and it's one of the ones that goes straight through. So there you go, there you have it. Anyway, welcome back to visit Fout Court. It's beautiful. What an absolutely glorious day. There's a little bit of haze today, and I don't think it's quite as hot as it's been in the last few days, but it's still very warm. And as you can see, look, I've got my short sleeve frock on and my arms out. So I'm just deciding where to go for my lunch today. I was just giving it a little bit of consideration while I was sat on the tram, and to be honest, I don't know where to go. I think we'll turn this round and we'll show you the view. These guys are knocking about, look, with the demolition. They've got the top bit of it down. I bet that's been a job and a half doing that up there. So, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, where shall I go? I don't need to tell you I'm hungry, do I? What a gorgeous day. I've also got my microphone sorted out as well, because last week I got to Blackpool and discovered that it was just not connected at all to my DJI thingy. And I sat outside Coyote Ugly for 10 minutes trying to fathom it, and I could not make it work. Gave it to Kevin, he pressed a couple of buttons, and presto, he managed to fathom it. So obviously I'd done something wrong. I don't know what I'd done wrong. So, left or right? Left or right? Left or right? Now then, I just thought of somewhere while I was sat on the tram and I've forgotten again now. Somebody asked me to go to Yorkshire Fisheries again. It's a couple of years since I've been there. It's quite a while. We've got Leighton Rakes at the back of us. We could do that. I'm always mindful of supporting small businesses rather than chains. Let's go and have a look up Bailey Street and see what we've got up here. Because small businesses do struggle, and they deserve all the help that they can get. So we like to help them, but we can't always manage an independent. It's busy. There's lots of people about, isn't there? Oh, that sun's lovely. That's an overcoat warmer when you get off seafront. An overcoat it is. Oh look, it's a bank. We got outside hours in Cleveland the other day and realised that they'd shut it, and I've forgotten to pay some money in. So you see, they do exist. That's new, isn't it? That was a sandwich shop. In fact, that was the sandwich shop that went into Aberdeen Street Market. Shout out for Leo, I've just about walked into, always telling me that he watches all my videos, so that's a nice little bit of encouragement to start my afternoon off for me. Still no wiser way to go for my dinner. I asked him and he said peppermill. I've been in there, I've done that one. I thought about coffee pot, but it looked busy and I don't like everybody watching me. Which is ridiculous, isn't it, when you're making YouTube videos and I'm walking around filming myself talking. Oh dear. What's she like? I can hear a brass instrument playing over there somewhere. I can hear somebody busking. Which brings me to Abingdon Street. So, Do you know, I've never been in Subway. We could have a picnic, couldn't we? Shall we go to Subway and have a picnic? I've never ever had a Subway sandwich. I think we'll do that, you know. It's here, look at the back of us somewhere. Is it there? That one? I think we'll do that. I think we'll have a picnic. In fact, we'll get a Subway and we'll go and eat it on the bench at St John's Square. I stood and waited for the buskers to finish a minute or two, and they obviously weren't making any sense of finishing. So I thought, right, that's no good. We can't go in a shot when they're playing right outside. So I've just done today's Lancashire jackets. So I've just done today's food review video in the same place. I'm sat at the picnic tables. Look, I'm at the picnic tables. I've had a picnic. I'm sitting enjoying the sunshine, which I have to say is making me feel quite sleepy. And it wasn't Subway, so we'll do Subway another day when there's no buskers roaming around. So I'm going to finish my pop, and then we shall carry on. We shall carry on in our exploration, because we're going to go that way today. We're going up towards the DWP building, because they've got all the fencing down and tidied it up and opened it. So we're going to go and have a look. Well, that was lovely sitting there. You'll have to make sure you've got your notifications enabled and whatnot, and then you can watch the video. Did you see the music hall apartments video I did as well? They're very nice inside. Oh look, some pretty jewellery. We'll not stand and dilly-dally looking at them. I just like looking at them. I'm not wanting to buy stuff. I just think they're pretty. This is my shop here, look, for buying flowers for craft projects. Right, so while we're wobbling round this corner, I'll give you the update about T-Boy. It's a good little shop, that. It's got all sorts of stuff in it. In fact, we'll go up here because I can't go any faster, I'm sorry. They've just about finished the Stanley Buildings, so we'll just have a quick look at that on the corner as we go out to the DWP building. Anyway, T-Boy. So he's had COVID. It never rains, but it pours. So he's had COVID. Kevin's had COVID. I think I told you that, didn't I? Kevin's COVID's been and gone. And T-Boy's still got COVID. T-Boy's fine on himself. Well, I'm saying fine. He's still tired out and feels sort of blotto. But he's not poorly. He's functioning. He's got no symptoms. Going up and downstairs is a lot better than he were. So this at the back of here is the Stanley Buildings, which are just about done. And they've announced this week that they're going to call it the Robinson Building, I think. And he was the borough architect who designed things like the open air baths and all these old original buildings that you see around and about in the Fout Court. He did a lot of different public buildings. So that's what they're doing. You can just see through the gap. Look, we'll have a look through the gap because it'd be churlish not to, wouldn't it? I don't know what they're doing with that one on the end. Anyway, when it's open, when it's finished, we're hoping to get you a look around inside, because it's going to be a business hub. So there's going to be sort of serviced accommodation and offices to rent. Anyway, going back to T-Boy. So he'd rung me this morning saying that he'd coughed some blood up. So Kevin had gone to the doctors for a repeat prescription. So he T-Boy photographed the blood and sent it to Kevin, who asked them at the doctors what they thought, who thought it wasn't a 999 job, but it needed keeping an eye on. So we've got to keep checking his oxygen levels, and they've done a swab to send off for a doctor's COVID test as opposed to a home bargains COVID test. It definitely lit up like a Christmas tree quickly though. So there you have it. Kevin's at home anyway, so here I am walking around making videos for you. So there's a little car park. That's new, I've not seen that done. I don't often come round that corner, which is why I came that way. And I thought that they were bringing them down as well, but maybe they're not. If you know the answer to that question, let me know. Let me know. Oh, what's this? Proposed demolition of building. Well, that's dated February 2024, so I think that's probably that. Anyway, back to the DWP building. Oh my word, doesn't that look different? That looks lovely. And you can see already how there are a lot more people around. We've still got a little bit to finish. This looks like the dumping corner. They look like they've consolidated all the building stuff into one little patch. So this is the back of the dentist's. So how'd you get in there then? Oh, there you go, where these barriers are. That's the entrance and exit. Disabled only. And a nice new public square. That look nice. Look at these trees. So they've planted sea holly, which is what they are, I believe. They're elephant's ears. Red hot pokers. They planted that's sea thrift. They've planted all the things that are going to grow and live in the rough, salty, windy air. I'm just looking to see what they've put in. Heathers, I think you'll be lucky there. I think you'll do well if they live. But that looks so much better. That looks lovely. It's quite amazing actually what a difference that's made. I would imagine the people that are wandering about are staff out of the building, because I know they've moved in, I think, haven't they? All the lights are on anyway. So one would presume there's somebody home. Oh, I think the trees weren't watering. Well, look at this, there's folk all over. Isn't that lovely? And there you go. This is exactly what it's intended to do. Bring people into an area that previously looked grim. I'd like to have a look inside, but I think if I go in there with a camera, I'll get kicked out. I think they'll say out. Oh, look, tables and chairs, they're nice. Well, they're lovely. And that's your entrance. Huh. Well. Oh, aye. Seagulls have moved in. Looking longingly. Well, I have to say it looks exactly like the artist's impression. When you stand here and look at it, it looks exactly like it did on the drawings. That has made such a difference. That's lovely. Well, and when they've done that kind of effect over here for the new university campus, you can see how it all starts to look such a lot better. I bet all the food places around here are clapping their hands as well, because all these office staff will all be getting a better attack of the munchies and wanting the lunch. So our trail around Blackpool today takes us next back to 25% off. There you go. Railside welcomes CS Hub. I presume that's the new DWP place. 20% off when you show your work ID. And of course that's the same one that we've, owned by the same people as have the Shipwreck, which is our haunt in Cleveland. Well, it's really busy. It's lovely to see people about. Right, we'll take our life in our hand and see if we can get across the road. Thank you, kind man. We're going to have a look at the tarmac from another angle. Somebody said the other day, there's all these vloggers in Blackpool and they're all photographing and filming the court building as it's coming down, and not one of you has filmed the tarmac in at North Station. Well, I'd filmed it last week, was it? Yeah, last week. I'd filmed the completed tarmac, but unfortunately they don't tell you when they're doing it. So you don't really get an opportunity to catch them at it unless you just happen to be there. Wow, that does look better. Does it not? So the entrance is over there next to that green shed. How'd you get onto this side? Oh, right, okay. So the entrance is there next to the green shed. And then you come through here where it's got the hatch markings in the box, across the tramway to use these disabled spaces on this side. So that's handy to know if you've got somebody disabled or in a wheelchair and you need a disabled parking space at this end of town. That's really handy to know. And of course, don't walk down the middle of the tramway line, because if a tram comes you'll get flattened. Well, you won't actually, but you get a sharp blast of the horn. It's all coming together. This is it, you see. I mean, Blackpool is no different to anywhere else. It's got grotty areas, just like every single place probably in the world. But there's a lot of work being done, there's a lot of effort being made, and there's a lot of improvements everywhere you go. So let's just focus on that, shall we? Instead of constantly picking up what's grotty and what's not right. Well then, that's a bonny lad. Zomtech, it says on it. And tetanus, is this that one that parks at Gin Roundabout? It's pretty natty. Zombie Hunter, for the record, I always want the long version when I ask how you were doing. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, we're going to go and have a look in the library. That's if it's not closed. Not the library, the history centre, which is upstairs. If you remember, I tried to come and have a look last week, and because it opened the day after, they'd packed everything up. So that kind of did for that. So I'm going to go and see if I can try again. I sent him an email and told him I intended popping in. So we shall see. While I'm just looking at it, have you ever noticed these lights when they're on at night? I don't know whether you can see it or not, but on these lampposts, there's little LED lights. Not that one, that one. There's little LED lights wound all the way around them. So in the daytime, they sort of pretty much disappear. But at night, they look ever so pretty. They light up and they change colour through kind of rainbow patterns. They're ever so nice. We shall go and have a look in the library. What a beautiful building. I've never been upstairs in it before. So there's a matching a matching chandelier. It's very much like Lancaster Memorial. Ashton Memorial even, not Lancaster. Ashton Memorial at Lancaster, that's what I'm trying to say. What a gorgeous building. So if you've never been in Blackpool Library, you need to come in and you need to just come and have a look at the building. Because it's a Carnegie library and it's just lovely. It's all original. If you like old original buildings, this is where you need to come. Look at that for an entranceway. There's your stone look from when they opened it. All these big stained glass windows. Gorgeous. There you go, Andrew Carnegie. 1911. I think I feel a bit about that old. So, third time lucky. It got me email. I knew I wanted to come in and just have a quick look at it. But apparently they need to do a risk assessment before I can go in the collections room. Now, I know it's well documented that I'm a calamity. And my middle name is Calamity Jane and I'm prone to dripping up. Oh dear, you've got to laugh, haven't you? Anyway, I'm going to try and come back again another week. Because there's a huge collection of historical documents and artifacts and whatnot. And people just don't know where it is. This is the galleon. Oh, Miss Holler, home-style curries. These are always closed at dinner time. And I can't do everything. I can't be out at night. And see to my men and my community group and everything else. I'm going to get run down by a bike. I'm going to go in Ryman's. Want some of their plastic zipper bags because they're brilliant for keeping all your stuff in. And if you get different coloured ones, you can keep different stuff in different colours. So that's where we're going next. Well, this sunshine's lovely, shows how long it lasts. Look at this parasol, we've got a blue one like that. We bought it in Morrison's donkeys years ago. And when you've got it up, it sort of flutters. It flutters in the breeze. Like my parasol. I can hear Andy playing round the corner, so I better turn it off again. It's like dodge the busker. It's looking busy on Bank Street today, isn't it? To say that it's not school holidays, it's actually quite busy in town. There's quite a lot of people about. So we're going round to Albert Road because Albert Road is one of the places where there's loads of hotels and places to stay. So, let's go out of the way. So we're going to go for a walk round there and I'm going to do you another vlog, and then when we come back I'm going to TK Maxx. I'm still on my cushion campaign. My pink cushion I bought last week looks lovely on my settee and my pink throw. It's just the job, so I could do with another one now because we have two settees in our living room and the other one looks a bit bare. So I'm going for something for my other vintage settee. So we're going to go this way. I'm just going to take some pictures on Banquet Street first. That's interesting. We're ages away from the sea. We're at the top of Albert Road. And look at the shape of this tree, how it's all growing that way, because that's the way that the wind blows. This is what we keep saying about trees and why they don't grow next to the sea. Why there's none on the seafront. I mean, you can see how far away we are. The sea is right down there. This is the old registry office site. Can you remember when they were demolishing it and we were watching the diggers pulling the tiles off? Right, so that's the video for you about Albert Road, which is where we are now. I'm going to go and portal in TK Maxx and see if I can find my cushions. And then I'm off home. I'm going to get my bottle of pop, I think, out of my bag first because I'm gasping for a drink. Can always rely on TK Maxx for a pink cushion. And I nearly forgot, T-Boy wants a sausage roll. I'll take him a sausage roll. Anything to make him put some weight on. And now we're going to go to Seaside. We're going to go down here. Oh, watch the Royal Mail man. Don't want getting knocked down by an electric Royal Mail van, do we? We're going to go to the seaside and we're going to go and get back on a tram. And I'm going to go and see what my husband's doing. Because him and Richard were supposed to be doing a loft hatch this afternoon. So we'll go and see how far they've got. That's gorgeous. Oh, it's a bit cooler where you've got a breeze. Do you know, it's been really warm today. And then as soon as you get walking, you get even warmer still. So while I'm telling you my chit chat, did you see my news? Did you see my news about my shop, my SHOP? It's not my shop, it's our shop. Oh, that's lovely. Lovely draft. Oh, there's a tram coming! And I'm miles away from that tram stop. Oh, how annoying. Oh well, my knee's killing me. Am I miles away from that tram stop? I am, aren't I? Oh, it's there. Rewind that. I'm getting too old to be running. I'm getting too old and I've got a bad leg. But I think I might just make it to this tram stop. Do you know, I couldn't for the life of me remember where it were then. That were really bizarre. So I'm hoping that just as this tram comes up, I'll have a chance to get on it. Please don't drive off without me. I'm coming as fast as I can. I'm coming. Oh dear me, my leg. Oh, look at that for timing. Oh, so thank goodness for that. So it turned out we were going to the station, and it's a good job the lady sat next to me asked because I'd ended up going back to Stargate. So we're going to get off and we're going to swap, and I'll show you the tram stop while we're there. Well, I have to say they're comfier than they look for just perching your bum on. We're back to the tarmac, look. We're back to the tarmac and the other side of Blackpool North Station. So you go under there to the railway station. So that's the tram I've just come on, and that's going back to Stargate. Excuse me. So we've got to wait a minute or two for the next one, which is going back to Cleveley's and Fleetwood. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little wander around with me today in the lovely sunshine and the lovely warmth. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye for now.